Hey everyone, we are here at SHOT Show 2020 and I am with Adam right now at the Century Arms booth. You guys know that I've been doing a lot of testing with the Century Arms Visca. I've done a lot of shooting with other Century Arms firearms in the past. But first, what I wanted to talk about with Adam here is about the relaunch of the US Palm product. So you guys who've been in the AK world are no doubt familiar with that name, and you might have seen some of their products in use already on my channel. But I want to let Adam kind of talk about what products are now available for US Palm and a little bit more information about that.
Yeah, absolutely. US Palm is one of those iconic symbols in our industry. It's kind of the unicorn for a while when it first came out. Then when it obviously had a little bit of an issue, it became even more of that cult following unicorn. You got to get your bags while you can.
Yep.
So when Century had the opportunity to partner up with these guys and kind of revitalize the brand, it was a no-brainer. Obviously, there's people that are detractors and lovers of the Century brands for years, and that's okay. That's what makes this country so great, is you're allowed to have an opinion.
Yep.
But one of the things that really is part of Century's core focus moving forward is quality and really honoring and paying homage to what is this industry, and it's taken us so far. And what better than to revitalize a brand that has, a historic military following, a historic patriotic following, and a quality following. So when we had the opportunity, we said the first thing we got to do is not change anything.
Right.
US Palm is good because it's US Palm. It's what it stands for, and it's the quality that's associated with it. So the first two things, people love the grips, people love the mags. So we said, let's stick to what's not broken yet. So we were able to obtain the technical data package. It's ours, and people are like, well, I've seen the whole, now that Century's making it. No, it's still a US Palm made magazine, made just as US Palm magazines have always been made. It's a US Palm grip made just as US Palm grips have always been made. So we came out with flat dark earth and black to start on the magazines, flat dark earth black and a bakelite orange on the grip. Those things have gone insanely well for us. It's been a great positive reaction. Obviously, you're running them. People are running them. Heck, we have a sizzle reel going of us dropping them out of helicopters and dragging them behind trucks. They're tough. They stand up. And that waffle pattern is really something that's synonymous with US Palm. From the texture side of it to, there's all the legends that it helps with durability.
Right.
Whatever it is, it works.
Right.
Yep. The wheel's not broken, so we're not going to try to fix it.
Right.
But with that, then comes, the colors and the schemes and questions about the vests and all these different lines. So that's something I guess we've got to explore at some point, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have any information on expanding that line at all?
Well, I kind of set myself up for that a little bit,
yeah.
but let's just say this. The best thing about a US Palm mag, well, the best compliment for US Palm mag would be US furniture out the gate, right? So US Palm furniture goes really well on an AK. And I feel like the only next natural progression of step would be US Palm furniture. So let's just say, I think we'd be idiots if we didn't continue down that line as soon as possible. So I think you should maybe swing by the booth at NRA show and just see what we're looking at.
Okay. Well, and just in case you guys aren't familiar with the US Palm line, they've got metal reinforcements and the lightweight polymer bodies. And the cool thing is, I don't honestly remember what the US Palm mags came into originally. I remember them not being the cheapest option on the market, and a lot of the similar ones aren't super cheap. Correct me if I'm wrong. I want to say I was looking at the website the other day. MSRP is under $20 per magazine.
It is.
So a metal reinforced polymer body magazine with a waffle pattern, reliability,
and a lifetime warranty.
Under $20, there's really not anything like that on the market that I've seen. You can get cheap surplus steel mags, you can get cheap polymer mags. You're not going to get that reinforced combination that I've seen in that style anywhere close to that price, which I think is one of the best parts about it. And I've already got a couple of the mags. I've been running them quite a bit. As I get my Visca to 5,000 rounds, I'm going to try to, as much as I can, exclusively run those. So far, they've been running good through the first 600 or so to 4,000, and I can only expect they're going to continue. That way, I can get a ton of rounds through those and let you guys know how they actually perform across a couple of different AK rifles.
Well, being that you have absolutely nothing else to do other than this,
Of course.
I think the last 500 rounds, you should run over those mags before, drop them, freeze them, throw them up in the air and miss them when they come down.
Sure.
We want to beat these things up. We want to show that they're durable. And the thing is, as long as somebody is doing something that just comes in the normal walk of operating a firearm and comes in the normal walk of wear and tear, If that thing goes down, we stand behind it 100%, which is something that's really important. And Century as a whole, as an umbrella company, is really at that point where they're confident enough in our products and our product quality that we're going to stand behind them with those lifetime warranties. So it's something that I think as a consumer is that assurance that you know that what you're buying is not only quality, but so much quality that we're going to stand behind it and make it right if it doesn't.
Which, and I think that, to me, if I can briefly take it aside, to me that was one of the biggest indicators of your guys' confidence in the Visca when you guys decided to do the warranty on that. It's a lifetime warranty on the Viscas now, right? So them being willing to stake their name and reputation behind this and say, hey, feel free to take a chance on this, which I don't think you're taking a chance. I think is pretty clear now. But if you do have issues, you'll be taken care of. And the fact that you're willing to do that shows that you're probably confident that there's not going to be any issues in the first place. So that's always a really comforting thing to see as a consumer on the market.
The 2A community is just that, it's a community. And if you're not working together, then you're bound to fall apart. With all the turmoil that's going on in our political climate right now, if we can't stick together and know that that gun is dependable in terms of in a time of need and dependable in terms of who's standing behind it, or as a community, then I don't think we really have much. So I really applaud the company I work for in Century and all the umbrella companies for taking that stance. I think it says something, like as you point out.
Absolutely. So we're going to transition to something that I didn't know about, but I'm super excited about. But before we do that, if people want to know more about the US Palm brand or information about mags, where can they go?
Absolutely. So uspalm.com is live running. Obviously, our social media is back with that little bit of sassy edge that's always been known and followed for. Come check us out. The magazines, the grips are available brick and mortar as well as e-commerce all across the country now. You can find out more information. You can get that information and magazines and grips on our website as well. And we're counting on people like you to get the word out there that they are still the US Palm, weather any storm style and magazine.
So on that note, let's go cater to the 545 Master Race right now. So I know I already talked about 545 Master Race, so we'll get to that, I'm sure. But I just learned about, so with the Viscas, a new pistol line of Viscas.
Yeah.
So obviously this is kind of this would be more the micro,
It
right?
would be, right.
But you guys are going to be doing micro, mini, and full-size pistols.
Yeah.
So
Why the air quotes?
well, because full-size is weird when I'm talking about a pistol.
Some people like full-size pistols. I'm a full-size
full-size
human.
man, yeah. Like full-size pistols. So, fully American-made, same awesome stuff like the S7 tool steel, like the Visca, just in pistol form. And obviously, this one's got an M4 stock adapter or brace adapter. Are there going to be other options?
There's going to be the number of variants as we expand the line. Obviously, the demand for that will increase the different variants we have. But absolutely, full plans of doing it. And as we discussed off camera, the main reason for this, obviously, we're very proud of the work that's been into the Vista line. But the reality of it is, well, people love the imports. Our Wassers, our Dracos have been what's been the lifeblood of Century for a long time.
Right.
This has been a labor of love, and it's had its ups and downs. But the Vista line has truly become its own, and it has. And when we started looking at, everybody knows the political climate, and then also the government contracts out there overseas are eating up a lot of the production that would be the imports that the American shooting community could then indulge in.
Yep.
So when supply goes down, it gets harder to find, and cost goes up.
Yep.
So we said, hey, while we're still going to have these, let's also incorporate this and give the 2A community something that's American-made that they can go on in. Let's give the American 2A community something that they can actually call their own, and it can keep it that consistent price point and the reliability that normally comes with the Visca. So we said micros, minis, full size Viscas are now going to be available in the next couple months in the United States on a regular basis and a part of the Vista line moving forward.
Awesome. So awesome to see more pistol versions like that coming out. But as I briefly mentioned, to our 545 Master Race out there, which I wish I was wearing my shirt. What do I have here? What is this?
So I think your spoiler alert here has kind of given that away. This is the all-American made AK-74. So while this is something that's very exciting, there's a couple things that are really important. Obviously, every thread you see on AKs anywhere in the country, any manufacturer out there, that's great, but when are you coming out with a 74? Yeah. Oh, that's a cute clone, but is it 545? Right. So we said, listen, there's something to that. The shooting community has a request.
Right.
We need to do it. But as we know, there's something to be said about doing it and something to be said about doing it right. So that's why we're calling it Project 74. And Project 74 is based on a couple of very simple things. Give the people what they want and give the people something they can be proud of. So the first thing, obviously, give me a cleaning rod. Check. Give me a bayonet lug. Check. Give me optics ready. Check. Give me the forged trunnion. Bold forged trunnion, everyone. Nitride finish. We are literally starting this thing out with the most basic requests that people have. But then we said, all right, well, what else do they want? And in terms of reliability and durability, what do they want? So that's where the 5-4-5 initiative comes from.
Okay.
So the 5-4-5 initiative is very simple. We're going to take 5 influencers and industry experts, bring them in as part of designing the actual project.
Okay.
Then once we get that basic level down, we're going to take 4 everyday gun people. We'll do a contest. And we're going to bring them in, fly them in, have the guns, and let them test, let them get their feedback, document the whole thing, failures, positives, wins, and broadcast it to everybody. And then the last 5 is we're going to do a survey, a mass survey of a number of different torture tests.
Okay.
And let people pick the 5 they think are the most important and live stream, broadcast, document the entire process from when it goes well to when it goes down. Because we're going to have failures.
Sure.
But that's how you get better. You know what I mean? You got to shoot your shot, so to say. And
Exactly.
that's what we're going to do. We're going to show the effort that went into this so nobody can ever doubt the time and effort and the reliability that's actually behind this gun. It'll have a lifetime warranty, and the only way we can do that as a business is to know it's going to work.
Right.
So the 5-4-5 initiative is going to be something we're really excited about. We're going to be proud to call it our gun at the end, and I think everybody involved will then also be proud to say, hey, this is a gun we can be counted on, and the first all-American made AK-74 people can rely on.
That's awesome. And I love when companies have a level of transparency like that, showing here's our development process, here's the input we've got, here's how it ran. Just again, as a consumer, makes me feel a lot better that these were well thought out. And just kind of looking at this, obviously you touched on the cleaning rod, something I've been wanting for a while out of the Viscas, the bayonet lug, and the optics mount. All the things that I've criticized the Visca for not having, this comes with. Looks like 24 millimeter threads, standard, 74 with your standard 74 break. Everything about it seems right. Are they going to come with Bakelite mags also?
You know what? We would love to. Unfortunately, they frown on us making Bakelite mags in the United States. There may be some special editions that have 1 or 2, but like you said, we want to keep this as a price point gun, as a blue collar man's 5.45, superior race kind of thing. But we want to make sure that they can afford it. So we've got to be cognizant of that as we decide. But that's going to be something that we're going to have input from people. And when we decide what the ultimate thing is going to be, it's going to be because of the feedback we get from people like you and just the consumers out there that are really passionate about this.
Awesome. So when do you expect these to be hitting the market?
So of course you're going to ask that question. And that's really an open timetable because it's this. We want to have it out in 2020.
Okay.
But that's really going to be on how quick it takes, how quickly we can get it right, how quickly we can get positive and productive feedback.
Sure.
So we're not going to rush this. We're going to work as diligently and as hard and quickly as we can. But we're going to, when we release it, it's going to be right. So if that's 6 months, it's 6 months. If that's 11 months, it's 11 months. If that's 15 months, it's 15 months. But we're going to let people track the whole way. We'd rather under-promise on time and over-deliver than blow smoke and have something that people aren't proud of.
Sure. Now, with that Project 545, where can people go to track that or get into that competition?
So that's a stay tuned. That's a stay tuned. Where that initiative is going to be coming out. Obviously, centuryarms.com. Social media will be depending on people like you to kind of get that information out there, and it'll be something that'll be very interactive and very open to the public.
Awesome. So now, since we have a 545 in hand, and we talked about US Palm earlier,
it comes.
Any anticipation of 545 US Palm mags?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we're going to have something that would make sense.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, that's good to hear. You guys know how I feel about 545. My only issue with 545 has been logistical support of it. The ammo's available. People don't think you can get it. It's out there. It's about the same price as 7.62 by 39. It's available. We just need ready guns and mags, and it sounds like we might get some of that covered up here. So I'm really excited to see where 545 can go from here. Anything else you want to talk about with Century Arms or US Palm? Or
it's just an exciting time to be in the industry. It's an exciting time to be a part of Century Arms. For years they did something, they did it right, but they weren't in a position to really just go after it. And now's the time where we just get to swing for the fences, and we got to do it with the community's help.
Awesome.
And it's going to be really neat to be, like you said, transparent and interactive, and just see where this can take us.
Awesome. So I'm going to have links either below or on screen whenever we're talking about them, depending on how YouTube wants to do things on Full 30 and all that. It'll be underneath the video. So if you want to follow what's going on at US Palm or see when they announce the Project 545 coming out, check out their social medias, check out their website. I'm sure all that information will be coming. Also, stay tuned to my channel. Hopefully, once the dust settles from SHOT Show, I'm going to be getting that Visca to 5,000 rounds, testing those US Palm mags pretty aggressively, it sounds like, and getting a lot more interesting testing footage with it, hopefully, as 2020 goes on. But Adam, thanks very much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
I'm really excited to see where all this stuff goes, and stay tuned for more SHOT Show 2020 footage. But as always, I hope you got something out of this video, and I really appreciate you watching.